all branches of collegiate Rocket League all stem from Tristan. He was the seed.
This would be funny, and it would be a welcome sign for him to start off hot. But still got to play the games, and Buzz starting it off with a bang. Josh the Squasher going to rack up another save. He's been playing a lot of defense tonight, Jorby.
He has been playing a lot of defense, and when Nova get pushed into those high-pressure defensive situations, that really is where they start to struggle, and they can't really find consistent clears out, and it really just becomes a, jump and pray for an aerial that goes your way. Another shot blocked this time by Tristan. That was a hard shot. Buzz couldn't get there in time, so already starting out pretty good here for Nova, I'd say, in the first minute. But Tristan missing that next ball, and Reticence will challenge again.
I got to say, I'm liking how Busso's looking just initially. After 1 minute of play, he seems to definitely have the pace for what will be required to beat Akron in line. So hopefully he'll be able to get a couple of opportunities that will be set up from Titanium. And if he keeps up that speed, he may even beat him to the ball and get a nice open look at the net.
Another rebound grab, but a demo opens up the net for Reticence, and Buzz, that's, as easy as he'll ever get to walk it in against Nova. 1-0 Akron.
You got to love the thought process here from Buzz. The demo comes out, he sees Titanium rotate in, and so Buzz knows as soon as that demo happened and he saw Titanium, he was going back post all the way. It was just making it look like he was going to shoot it a little bit earlier to get Titanium to jump, and Buzz just took him to task.
And, something that I thought that Nova did really... I got to go back a while to talk about this, but when Nova were on land and they played against Akron, I remember they played them a lot closer than we had expected, and they really matched the pace of the game that Akron were trying to play. But, it doesn't really feel like this Nova team have leveled up since then. Like, Akron have gotten a lot faster. They're much better at controlling the ball and moving with intent consistently, where Nova, they get on defense, and you see touches like that from Titanium, where it's a panic touch off the backboard because you're not confident in your approach on defense. They try to get another clear here.
Just realized Tristan's on the Octane.
Oh, you're right.
That's
weird.
Unfamiliar thing to see out of him.
RCS has infected him.
They beat the Dominus out of him.
Everyone eventually switches off Dominus if they stay in the league long enough. That's not true. I know it upsets you, Cheese. I know. But soon enough, Tristan's going to be in a Fennec. Just wait. The transformation, it's like a second evolution. But, overall, I can't hate how it's looked from Nova overall. Buzz will pick up the second goal here, but it all comes down to how they're approaching stuff on defense for me. Just missing that rebound too late on the follow-up.
Busso was real close, too. He actually covered a lot of options. With that approach to that challenge in the corner, it was just picked the one perfect one that got the ball around him, and Buzz was faster than Josher to it.
I'll drop that one down for Busso. But I really thought for Nova, Akron typically look their weakest early in a match, especially if they haven't played a match today on stream. We usually see them drop a game or two to teams that they otherwise handily sweep, even near the middle of the Eastern Conference. But having this start be 2-0 going Akron's way, it feels hard to find the path forward for Nova. They're just getting picked apart on defense. Titanium gets a little good chip there, and that progression is good, but the follow-up not going to be good enough. Josher just trying to buy a little bit of time, and I don't know how Nova got out of that scrap, but they do get the clear.
Well, they only got out of it because Tristan was approaching the ball from the opposite end of the net, so he was always going to have a tough time trying to jam that one in. Demo comes out from Buzz in the backfield, means only Titanium in support here, and he is not going to have a chance, so he will just elect to take the boost away and again go back on the defense. Busso up to Titanium and deflect it away, and Nova kind of struggling to really get the offense going. Only 2 shots coming up on 1:20 remaining to Akron's 6.
Jump down again. Josher just going to bang it against the side wall. He wanted to get by Reticence, and the rebound went right back into his car. But quick transition and another hard shot. At Titanium, as soon as he gets a little bit of space in that third, he can rip them. And Nova struggling to get that first goal. They're going to wait for Reticence, and the idea seemed to work at first, but Reticence makes the whole team look silly there, and Busso licking his wounds as he just tries to get something going.
Yeah, they're just fortunate that Unfortunately, while Reticence did absolutely crush 2 defenders, he didn't have the positioning to make it work, and a rare miss off the backboard for Akron means Josh or Squasher gets a freebie.
He's on Reticence and
he's playing
side
the challenge.
flipped. He just side flipped. I think if he actually just flipped the correct way, he hits that ball. But maybe misread how exactly it was going to come, or maybe he did think that challenge was actually going to happen. Either way, he'll take it.
Either way, came up empty, and you can't have that on defense.
And we talk about, Akron being one of the, defense being what separates them from the rest of the pack.
And it is
true.
true.
Let one slip through, yeah.
It is true, but the degree of excellence with which Akron plays is really all in their consistency and the pace at which they're able to be consistent. And that's the real separator. It's on both sides of the ball. But, they show you that just because you're consistent doesn't mean you're perfect.
Real hard. Perfection.
Ooh,
that's a nice
chance.
demo. Oh, 2 demos! And a Derby takes control of the pitch, and we're not playing Rocket League anymore. Nova have a tie game.
Titanium turns everyone on the field into scrap metal, and all Joshua had to do was make sure it got in between the goalposts. Just don't drop it, don't kick it anywhere, just get it there.
Hold accelerate, drive forward, don't turn. Put the ball in the net. And Joshua now behind the ball. Time expires, and they're going to let it drop. OT. Unlikely. Maybe halfway through the game, you thought, but here we are.
And Akron, all of a sudden, plot twist here. A very comfortable game 1 turned into we got to go find one more. Buzz trying to do it himself. Joshua punched it off his own crossbar. And Akron will have to look elsewhere, and a sigh of relief.
Tristan immediately hopping back up for this, but the rest of Nova were already on the ground. Buzz made another challenge difficult. Reticence. His challenge gets caught out by Titanium, and that gave Busso a lane forward. Josher, next man, and the shot's good! Nova just stole the game!
Josher Squasher turns in a massive one. Busso gets it through Tristan for free, and the placement beats Tristan as Buzz is also caught flat-footed and out of nowhere. Nova take game 1, and Akron's just got to be like, guys, you got to be kidding me.
It's 2 rebounds. 2 rebounds give Nova the game. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how exactly that one transpired, because it was Reticence who missed the first, or the one that tied the game, right?
Yeah, correct. He didn't get that challenge on that sidewall or flipped the wrong way or whatever. Either way.
Right. And then it was another, like Tristan was trying to chase the ball.
The double demo from Titanium for the equalizer.
Right. Yeah, that was the best play by Nova for sure. But that third attempt, like it looked like Tristan was just trying to follow the ball and let the rebound happen, but I don't think he really knew how close Joshua was. I didn't get a chance to look at his cam again.
Yeah, he kind of just fell back, gave a little bit of ground there, and didn't have much space to work with in terms of actually defending the shot. So yeah, either way, one little mishap from Akron ends up costing them what should have been a pretty comfortable game 1 win. And Tristan trying to make some fireworks here at the start of game 2 as Joshua Squasher getting a little physical around his net will keep it empty.
He's looking better and better, isn't he? I felt like he definitely struggled earlier today, especially on the defensive end. But he's been asked to make a couple of tough saves now, and he's done it well. Also, just being in the right follow-up spot, punch a few goals in, and now here come Nova down the field. Busso can't make contact. Reticence was the only man back.
And you can feel the sweat from Reticence on that one too. He was facing directly into the middle of the net there, and when you got a shot that can go anywhere, you know it's going to be a bullet, and he is glad that he didn't have to really try and catch that one. As it's a breakaway and off the mark, Buzz will have a free clear.
They'll get that one back. That's actually nice from Buzz. It'll force Titanium to come in, but Titanium makes a couple nice touches. Reticence trying to figure that one out. He eventually did. And, going under was Busso. Back to Josher, who got a little too far to the right and couldn't get a good shot on. Another stop, but Reticence launches it. Josher picking up another save for Nova. I mean, I'm impressed by how well they've defended their own half, Nova. There's another light shot, but it's turned away. Akron are having trouble breaking out of midfield right now. Oh, well,
yeah.
Kind of started it.
and he does get that one big challenge there, but you got to commend Nova for how quickly they get out of their own half, like you were talking about, and certainly for how much pressure they've been able to exert, as Josher is so close to jamming that one in under the crossbar. Hard breakaway. Tristan towards the net. Pings off. Reticence has to challenge it. Will punch it through. And not an easy goal for Akron, despite being open back the other way.
Not easy at all. Titanium got the demo, and he almost had the turn. But he knew he had to turn as fast as possible. Didn't have a ton to work with as soon as that demo happened. I mean, that's the toughest spot to be in that situation. But now Akron get the goal. Oh, Tristan. Does he have it? No, but Buzz doesn't either. I thought that one would have been a goal for Buzz, but just kicked it a little too hard left.
Yep, trying to react and got a little too far around it. Titanium putting pressure on Reticence, almost able to read that clear from Buzz. Really fantastic play from Titanium, just didn't get rewarded for it, and he would continue to try and keep the pressure on the Zips.
You know, Corelli did make a good point that the last time these guys played, it was close. And you know what? Corelli's a smart guy, so...
As much as it hurts to admit, yes, he is.
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of credit. And you know, I'm usually the first guy to say, as soon as Reticence gets this clear, thank you, Reticence. I'm usually the first guy to say Rocket League is not a transitive game. Just because
no, it is not.
Just because you beat one team doesn't mean that that is a domino effect the whole way down. And I think you see at the pro level, but I think it's just as true at the CRL level. We're witnessing it in this game right now. Woo! We witnessed it Stockton against Northwood earlier, so I would say that Nova playing this one pretty close isn't as much of a shock as some might think it is.
And I think Reticence has had to put in a fair bit of work defensively. I mean, that guy's getting a workout around on his own half. He's having to play a lot of awkward situations, come up with big touches, and honestly, I'm really looking for Tristan to kind of step up the aggression somewhere and try and take the ball away with that speed that he's got. I'm confused why he's not trying to exercise it a little more.
Yeah, he only went for that one attempt, but where he went off the ceiling, but the ball just kicked out too far away from him. So even then, it wasn't really going to be the easiest to handle. Meanwhile, on the other side, Joshua Squasher, who's also been tasked on defense a lot. I mean, what more can you ask from him? He's pretty much answered the call every time. Even there's been a couple of times where I felt like he got caught out on the rotation, but then he would always reposition immediately and be in the perfect spot for the follow-up to make up for lost time earlier. So where the pain points might have been for Nova, and they still have to get down the field here and score, despite the praise. It's looked better than expected to start out the match, but they still got to find a way to punch this downfield. They scored late last game to eventually steal it from Akron, and they got to play more defense, getting it out to the corner.
Oh, just in the middle. Tristan gave it up, and now he's going to be in a real bad spot because Titanium had him locked on, and Tristan read the ball right, could tell it was wide, and decided to just dive into Titanium to not have them have any look at the net.
Akron have just trapped this in the orange half. The Titanium just dumped it downfield. Nobody having any kind of aggressive positioning with no boost to really show for it. But maybe a last chance for Nova develops off that transition. But Reticence just dumped the ball out downfield over to Buzz. And that ball will, maybe one more chance for Nova. Tristan couldn't grab it. Doesn't matter. Good fake, like you said. Chiefs, the Zips tie it up.
Zips tie it up, and a hard-fought win, 1-0 all the way throughout. And I think actually Nova played the better game here in Game 2, believe it or not. The Zips get the win, but I really was quite impressed with their ability to box Akron in. Of course, at the end of the game, Akron really starting to come through with a lot of those long clears up the field, giving them a lot more field position to work with. And then you got to see them start to get more aggressive in the midfield and put a little more pressure against that Nova defense.
Yeah, I thought Titanium actually probably where the Nighthawks were feeling the most frustrated, because you expect Titanium to be your Tristan, right? He's the guy who can make those solo plays, who can create space with his mechanical ability. But in that last game, he was put in a lot of spots where he was just dumping the ball down the field. But he might make up for all of it right there. Couldn't make the double happen. That was going to be a tough stretch. That would have been sick.
Yeah, that's your astral goal from this weekend.
Right. crazy weekend. And honestly, the games today have been closer than maybe I even expected all across the board. This one proving to be the same. It's taken away again. Nova just play a little bit faster against this Akron team. Downfield, Tristan, well, no one's going to grab that high ball in front, so he'll dump it down to Reticence. But not much developing just yet for either team.
Very patient start. Now Tristan, he doesn't come up with a touch there, but it looks like he understands he should probably be playing slightly more aggressive and putting more pressure on that Nighthawk squad, as that's a great demo from Buzz, and that's something he's been doing since game 1. If he gets out in front of the play, you know he's going to be headhunting, and he's trying to open up doors for Reticence and Tristan.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him go to it more consistently with how frustrating it's been to deal with the Nighthawks defense. But, ooh, nice approach there from Busso. Unfortunately landed on Reticence's car, so his recovery wasn't as quick as he may have liked. But I like the approaches on the challenge. Josher gets the pass out, and that's a goal. Titanium puts Nova in the lead.
Josher Squasher gets through one. Just a quick flick at the wall, and it's all on Reticence to hit it. And Buzz, he believed him. He had faith and total confidence in Reticence to tip that ball away. That's why Buzz was not concerned about having to defend a shot. And he paid for it dearly. Twice now, Reticence not able to find a touch on the wall. And that's okay. It is best of 7. You got a lot of time to work with.
It doesn't always seem to be the problem for Akron when they do have problems, though. It seems to always fall down on Reticence. Right there. It was on Reticence, but Buzz bailed him out of that one. And a launch back in front that will be grabbed by Tristan, but there's nobody from Akron ready to follow it, and a poor double commit gives Reticence redemption as he ties up the game for Akron.
I wouldn't even call it redemption. I think Reticence is just, like I said last game, has been put in a lot of... put in a lot of situations on defense already. It's only game 3. That dude's been put through the ringer in terms of what he's been asked to do on defense so far. And he's only come up short a couple of times. But that is okay. He is still, without a doubt, I think one of the smartest midfield players in the entire CRL.
I'm willing to give that to you. I mean, I think I've always been on that train with you. It just sucks because when Akron do get scored on, it's usually because he ends up missing the ball.
Yeah. And so in this series, that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's been the difference. So, you know, just got to be a little careful. That's the tricky part about the Doms, right? It's very, very thin in width.
It wields great power, but does not necessarily give you a lot of utility when you really need it in some areas.
It's definitely the Rocket League equivalent of the double-edged sword car.
It really is.
Well, as far as swords go, this is a fine duel we're having. And you're past the halfway point. No one really able to generate a lot of consistent offense. The clears have been pretty good. Both teams are giving a lot of respect to each team's ability to clear the ball out downfield. You'll see one attempt there, and I mean, that's why. Like, cutting off that high pass in front, and Tristan makes a good challenge. That's going to force you to rotate back a little quicker than you normally would.
And Akron, I think, starting to get out in front. I didn't even realize he had a flip. I did not think Reticence had a flip here. I mean, he just kind of, he got it right there as he bounced off the ball. And he just flipped right back into it. Oh, man. Wow.
Y'all can keep your self-set flip resets. I'm all about that kind of flip reset. You bounce off the ball, but that was awesome. That was such a, you know, I think it's rarer to see unique goals that aren't super mechanically impressive, but just like the reflex,
the speed,
the way it happens.
Mental acuity to just do it as soon as you realize it.
It's like, sure, it wasn't the flashiest, but it was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that kind of thing just happened.
It's also not one you see every day.
Yeah. Nova are feeling it. They're like, why do we have to be the ones that get scored on with that goal? Buzz will launch it back downfield. Tristan trying to get up to it quickly, but Nova's been pretty good in midfield. Busso puts it in off the top.
Busso bringing it right back. Can't celebrate for too long. Tristan gets dunked, and Reticence try as he might. The perfect shot from Busso. Honestly, couldn't ask for anything better with that. Right over the nose, off the bar, and in.
I mean, what a force Busso is for Nova. Whenever they are playing well, like Busso,
he's a beast.
We've said it before. Great supporting role, but sometimes Busso gets the flip reset And unfortunately for Busso, he didn't score.
He was almost able to chop enough power off of that one because he caught it on the wheels as that one's dished out to Reticence. Tristan was trying to get a demo, and Joshua Squasher off the backboard clears away a tough shot.
Oh, Akron slow on this follow-up on defense, but Buzz got a favorable ball. Josher trying to force his way by everyone, and he got some help to make it happen. That's going to bounce.
Could be a goal.
They're going to be late, and Buzz ends up punching it in, but it was going to go in regardless, and Nova had the lead.
Yeah, Buzz had to try and go for this here because he knew he wasn't going to beat Busso to the ball, so he just tried to get on the outside of it to try and kick it back out, but he was just coming in too late to when it was going to cross through. So Akron, here's your 30-second drill. What do you got?
Oh, Buzz is already on the ceiling. Takes that one out. And now Akron. They got to turn the jet on right now. Reticence. That challenge is going to be favorable for them if it can stay awkward for Titanium, but nobody from Akron's ready for it. So Busso keeps it close for Titanium. Now how did Nova punch this one away? Here's Joshua Squasher. 1 touch, 2 touches off the crossbar, and it's out. But a lot of time being wasted on the clock. Tristan flipping it out downfield, but Buzz can't follow it up. Well, he was given the ball now. Reticence takes the pass. That's a tough one to reach around, and it's grabbed by Titanium. Tristan back to Reticence. No, Joshua kills it, and Nova take the lead again in the set.
Yeah, and take game 3, have the lead in this series. And now Akron is just like, man, letting things get in the way. And it really does feel like Tristan the one coming up a little short here throughout the course of the series. A little double committee, not necessarily his fault, but that's more of a team communication issue for the Zip. So they start ironing those out. They'll start being in a better spot on the field and look to be more efficient in how they approach those challenges because Nova really making the Zips work hard.
I have a feeling that Tristan just switched back to the dominance. He left the lobby and joined really quick. I think he's done with this Octane nonsense.
He got the Octane back. He kept it.
Okay. All right, it's the Octane. I would have accepted a Fennec.
He went for plain Stocktane. He went back to the main menu, hit create new car preset, and rejoined.
Okay, I see it. You see the Sweatane comes out, and all of a sudden he's like, okay, I'm going to ground pinch everything. Look, off the ceiling, use all that boost. Oh, he almost made that challenge happen, but wasted all of his boost to do it. And calculated back pass.
Oh, no, he's actually got the kilowatt decal on there. It's so dark I couldn't even tell. There's actually a black kilowatt decal on there.
Some say it increases your car's stealth stat by about 2.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone's told Tristan that everyone can see his name tag. So maybe he'll figure that one out and they'll let him know. But Buzz, almost puts that goal on himself. And Akron have picked up the pace here. Reticent's going to slow it down for a second. Off the backboard, it came leaking. And Buzz is going to throw it back up to Tristan. All of a sudden, I think Tristan's he heard you, Chiefs. I think he's a little angry with how he's playing right now. Playing super fast. He's going to go up for the double. On it. 1. Back to Buzz. And no one can grab that rebound for Akron just yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. Tristan, I think, is trying to turn it up another gear here. I think he might have heard me, and he's certainly frustrated because he knows he could be playing better. Passed across Titanium. No other choice but to bring the ball with him. And Akron are through. Joshua comes up empty in the midfield, and Buzz is playing this one real awkwardly. Reticence to himself. Titanium is going to just make sure that he can't get into the middle for free, and take the drive here. Going to stall out.
Downfield again. But all about the follow-up for Akron on defense. They were really lax on their rotation, I felt like, last game. Not wanting to, try to not outpace, I guess, like outspeed Nova if they don't have to. It does feel like they have the confidence to beat them on control, but they've abandoned that a little bit, and I think that was personified in the fact that everybody has stopped playing. And we will get everyone back in as soon as we figure out what's going on, but we will get the pause, and looks like there is a complaint for lag on the field, so we'll wait, and then we'll get back playing this match. But I have to say, Chiefs, I've been pretty entertained so far. I really thought Akron would come out and really just be dominant like we usually see them. But Nova, there's something about Nova, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Nova is definitely playing particularly well. I think we've already touched a little bit on what we thought Akron's problems were throughout the course of the series. Obviously, Reticence has been put through an absolute nightmare. defensive workout in games 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, it's not all his fault. He couldn't come up with every touch because, you know, if you're expected to make every single touch, I mean, he'd be playing in the professional league right now. But he's had a real workload put on his shoulders on defense, and Nova has capitalized on a couple of the few mistakes that he's made. Tristan's been looking a little lackluster. I mean, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Just used to seeing him exert more control over the pitch and get a little bit more respect from his opposition. So Tristan, I think, here in this game 4, definitely trying to turn up the heat a little bit, increase the pace of play, and try and make his presence a little more felt. And so I think that's a good swap as well. Buzz, I think, has looked as clean as he always has. So nothing wrong for me on his point. But you're absolutely right. Nova are playing lights out in terms of their ability to create clear chances, follow the ball up, and try and box Akron into their own half. They really are playing very nicely.
Yeah, I totally agree. And for Akron, I mean, I think they've definitely hit the urgency button just based on what we saw at the start of that game. You know, Tristan switching to plaintain is now what I'm going to call it. And like just trying to get his mentality reset, because he was getting beat on a lot of passes out in front by Nova, who were just positioned really well. It's probably not something he's used to playing. You know, when you go 15-0 in the season, how many teams have really challenged you? So,
not many. To be fair, when you do go 15-0 on the season, how many teams have challenged you? Well, Nova was one of them. Nova, one of the few to actually take them all the way to Game 5 during the course of the regular season. And like we said, that was pretty recently. I believe that was Nova's last match back on November 5th, I think. So, Nova,
man,
they're one of the few
weird
teams
to me.
able to take it to them.
It's like if Nova do end up winning this match somehow, I really want to know if they know what it is about Akron that makes them play so well against them, because this is a consistent thing. This has happened for the last 12 months, and it doesn't matter how good Akron get. Doesn't matter if Tristan goes off to the pros and even plays well there. Nova are still like, yeah, but we still can play you guys close. We don't win all that often, but we're certainly going to make people think we're going to win. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's like, why is Tristan slower to the ball than he usually is? Like, why is Reticence having to constantly play
name change? He added extra letters to his name, thus increasing the aerodynamic drag of his name tag, you know, through space.
No one will ever match Justin when it comes to the names. The longer, you're totally right. The longer Justin's name got, I think the worse that he
played.
got.
Confirmed.
You know, why people sad. Don't recommend having that in your name. And as soon as he goes back to Justin Frowny Face, that's when he becomes a god again. That's
yeah, there you go. As soon as it says Justin slumping, here comes the triple flip reset. Tristan's the same way.
Like, I didn't hit the clang bang.
No clang bang. Shout out. No shout out to the world. No nothing.
Happen. Yeah, it's done. Like the world didn't deserve my shout out. It's probably how he's feeling right now. But everyone is set. We're gonna reset kickoff at 3 minutes for game number 4. I got it. I know I'm historically bad with game numbers within a match.
You know,
I got this
one,
Chiefs. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm here for it, because eventually I'm gonna get the game number wrong again. But Reticence getting the first challenge, and we'll set up off the backboard. A shot for Buzz, and it's saved. Now, Nova have had a couple of those that have looked a little squirrely in front of the box, but they've come away with the ball every time, and Akron get caught on the transition while they don't get scored on. Josh is right in front of the net, plays it slow, gets under 2, and he scores! Josh Squasher, a massive fake for the Nighthawks!
What is this gigantic brain? Like,
Okay, that last challenge was a little sus.
I mean, he positioned great. He got right behind the center of the ball for where Tristan was trying to push it, and he just went straight through him. I mean, that's a great fake. He actually aced it.
It's so easy to panic in that situation. Like, you get the first fake, but then you're like really wondering, should I go for the double fake? Like, are they going to be fooled by the double fake? But like, you see him coming high, and that's actually probably one of the best spots to be in for, even if you're not trying to fake it. Like, it can be, if you're positioned on the far side of the ball like that, you win that low challenge more times than not.
Yeah, and that early jump from Tristan is brought on by the fact he's got no boost, so he has to try and compensate for it. And so that makes you show your hand a little bit early, so makes the read for Josh Squasher a little more manageable. Turns it into a beautiful play. Nova again with a lead, has a chance to put Akron on match point. Titanium is not going to be able to put number 2 into the net. Kicks it just wide, and Reticence a chance for a clear.
Hard turn for Titanium, and another hard shot, but it was low and easy to handle for Busso. The rest of Akron had to retreat for boost. Both Buzz and Reticence now have to contend with Titanium. But Titanium just letting the ball drop back downfield for Busso. He gets chipped off the play. You see Joshua stop. He's trying to read Tristan on this play, and I don't know what in the world all of that was. This is what happens when Turbo catches the ball. Other players do this when Turbo catches the ball. What in the world? That's just a Sunday drive for Tristan.
He did nothing. He had 2 players coming off the ceiling, so all he did, cut right, make sure none of them can touch the ball. And then he's in the one-on-one versus Titanium, cuts left, sees what Titanium does. Titanium goes right by because he's thinking Tristan's about to flick the ball into, the top corner or something. And Tristan goes, okay, bye. You ever just have the easiest left, right, win? That was it.
I'm looking at Tristan's cam as all that's happening, and I just see Josh Squasher coming up the far left side of his cam, and I can only imagine Tristan's just thinking, there's no way I'm going to jump. I'm just going to stay on the ground. I don't think he can come back down to me, and there you go. Double commit, picked up the goal. Titanium might picked up the lead. Joshua got bumped. Busso with no boost will keep it going for Nova. And the rest of Akron, slow on the follow-up, and I think there might be some where they're getting tied up sometimes is on the assignments, but Buzz off the ceiling and just couldn't quite get his bumper aligned for the shot.
Ooh, Tristan trying to go for that pass to Reticence, but actually came off the nose a little soft, and Nova pressing with 5.
Reticence keeping it out to the corner. Nova want a chance to end it in regulation, but instead we drop to another overtime. And this is just for Akron to tie the matchup to force at least a game 6.
Tristan in the race, kicked straight down. Reticence needs a long clear, and he's got to hang on to it. It's a big stretch. Tristan committed. Buzz is going to be all in his lonesome here, and he needs to win that ball. The demo comes out, and now it's Titanium needing to buy time. So some very precarious back and forth here just after the kickoff and overtime, and it will end up neutralizing itself. But a lot of opportunities if one mishap occurred there for either team.
Yeah, the confidence you can understand for the most part, but Tristan only had 1 goal that was a cakewalk, and that's not the first time he's kind of just committed, assuming that Reticence or Buzz would just push the ball forward, and he would already be flying in air. It's like, yeah, there's no way they're going to defend that, but Nova have defended the vast majority of these plays. So I think Akron, they're trying to mix it up, but they're doing it in the wrong situations, and their follow-ups aren't quick when they need to be. They're not looser when they need to be. Tristan just missed that shot off the crossbar in this last little bit of boost. Reticence couldn't keep it locked down, and Nova get another clear.
How do you handle this one? It's not a good clear. Tristan off the wall and gets the perfect read and a welcome clear all the way up to the midfield line. Reticence again in a crucial one-on-one challenge, able to poke the ball through. And Akron, they were able to stiff Joshua Squasher, Busso, and Titanium again.
Ooh. Joshua keeps it going, and too close to Busso and Titanium. Titanium leaving and letting Joshua come in. Oh, and Buzz. I don't know how neither player touched that ball. And Nova keeping it. The Nighthawks getting a close rotation. Joshua just driving down, hoping to cause some havoc. Busso behind the ball, just launched it towards the box. Joshua in front again. Does he have a pass to Titanium? Not before Reticence could get there. And Busso, wanting to commit, stayed back as soon as he saw Tristan. And still no one wants to commit to that ball.
Tristan was just thinking, I still have time? Okay, I'll go with the wall.
Oh, man. The respect, just give it to him. You expect him to catch the ball and do something crazy with it, because that's what he's done so many times. You just stay off the ball and think it's going to come to me. And Busso, again, another hard clear off the backboard, and Akron sent it right back to him. Titanium grabs this one, and Akron are having a lot of difficulties putting these rebounds in favorable situations.
But they are doing a nice job controlling those corner boosts over on the Oh, huge block from Tristan. And it
There
turns
it
into a
is.
goal. Forget all the boost stealing. I mean, Tristan just catches this ball from Reticence, absolutely stuffs Josher Squasher in front of the net. And Buzz with a quick follow-up. He's always been there when he's needed to be throughout this series. Will get the game winner for him.
Hey, you haven't been able to beat Josher to the ball on a lot of these defensive stints, so just read where Josher's going, and dunks you will find. Tristan picking up the two biggest plays, I think, for Akron, both leading to goals. One scored by Buzz.
That was quite a hefty dunk, to say the least. I mean, a strong clear off the backboard coming at you like that, and it just pops right back off it. You go, wait, what? I thought I nailed that one.
It's like the bedtime storybooks, really easy to read. You know, you lay down at night, your eyes are half lidded, and you're like, yeah, I've read this story before. That was Tristan going for that dunk on Joshua Squasher. But, Achieves, we're on my favorite map, Wasteland Night, actually, second favorite map. But I just love the sound of those war drums in a really tight match. In one where Nova are definitely playing above their station, Josh are having to get another clear.
And speaking of good stories, this one is a page turner. It keeps on giving.
In ways you might not expect. I love a good bit of subversion. Nice little play downfield for Tristan. But where Akron have struggled before, they seem to be figuring it out, have been a little faster, and Nova giving them a little bit more respect in this first minute. Was up for this quickly, but that has been really difficult for Akron. I think it's just Busso. Here's Josher, makes a nice move in front, and he forces his way into the net. Big goal for the Nighthawks.
To be honest, I loved Reticence's defense here. It was perfectly spaced, and it tipped off of Reticence into the net. Oh, he got the clear. Josher actually didn't have the angle to hit the ball back in. He ended up hitting it straight down, but Reticence was coming out of the net, and it tipped off the back of Reticence's car into the goal. Oh, no.
Has to feel difficult, but it was such a tight situation to be in, and oh, it gets worse for Akron, and it gets even better for Nova. Joshua Squasher picks up his second.
Buzz got caught out, was thinking he had time to go get it, didn't see Josher in the cacophony of name tags in the midfield, walked forward, said, hang on, and it was too late.
Now, the first minute is a little crazy.
Oh, what a bump.
I thought that would have been the goal, but absolutely.
You can't be surprised that Reticence wasn't there to follow that one up. I think everyone on Akron thought it was actually going to be Buzz hitting that into the net.
What is going on? Busso's trying to get a flip reset. Couldn't buy one. Titanium's like, here, I'll help you out, man. And then just like bumps Busso back into the ball, and he's still got under it on his undercarriage. It's like, will he get the flip reset now? It was just a weird play. Titanium gets in front of this again, and Akron can't stay on offense. Here comes Busso. One more time, he's got no boost, but Akron have to wait for him to fall in front of it. Titanium sends it down hard, and now Busso, last man back, will have to grab the rebound.
Tristan not concerned with ball control, just punt it over and play the block in the midfield game. Reticence delivers. Tristan gonna definitely lose that race. Buzz wants to reposition, and everyone gonna have to reset here for Akron, as just trying to stretch things, I feel, a little too thin.
Well, they just can't find a way through the Nighthawks defense. They're looking for gaps, and like every time they get a chance to catch the ball, they want to try to weave around the Nighthawks defense. But I mean, the Nighthawks positioning has been such that those gaps get closed pretty quickly, and then you don't really have time to think. You pretty much have to play how Reticence is playing right now. Just throw yourself right at the ball, then you get a rebound for free, and Reticence punches it in. Finally, the Zips on the board.
Busso gets caught with no boost here. His teammate takes it away in the corner and gets beat, which means he's forced to go up the back to try and defend the high shot. Reticence dips it under him, and they pull within one.
Good flip for the Zips. Buzz got a bunch of touches onto the ball for Reticence, and a double commit gives another chance here. Buzz off the ceiling, but Tristan has to stretch to keep it away from Nova. He'll take the boost out, How does he find a play out to Reticence? Well, it's a free ball now for Reticence. Tristan up for it quickly. Buzz next up. Will punch it up in front of the box. Tristan comes around and he got the shot, and it's saved. Busso comes in and picks up a big save for Nova.
Oh, wow. Busso giving everyone on the field a heart attack, but they will survive and keep the lead with 1. And Tristan fake ends up punching Reticence back into his own net. Wins the subsequent challenge, though. Titanium forced to clear it off to the side. And everyone able, I think, to be able to breathe a sigh of relief as everyone can take a breath for a moment here.
Joshua now against Tristan, who worked away almost past 2. Buzz wants Tristan, but he had to leave for the midfield boost. He almost grabbed that ball off of Busso. Joshua Squasher next up. Reticence got that touch to commit, though, from Akron, and now the Nighthawks might have some space on offense. Here's Titanium. Off the ceiling, gets it by 1. He still's got enough boost, stuffs it in front of the box, but nobody from Nova was ready for that kind of follow-up. Still, they press. Joshua can't find the shot, but Titanium and Busso can't follow it up. Busso's shot was just above the crossbar. Titanium's challenge will be for naught, and Buzz and Reticence get out.
Pass was too far. Buzz has no boost. Busso is let through the midfield line for free. And Nova given a blessing there. The Zips a little miscommunication. Only 40 seconds to work with. Needs something. They want to avoid being on match point here.
Nice touch by Titanium. Busso's got the shot, but it's saved, and Buzz fell back down onto it. Joshua was far away enough to allow Nova to retain possession, and they are killing a lot of time off this clock. Buzz gets a nice touch back to Tristan. Pre-flips into it. Reticence was following too closely. It's a good skip to Buzz, and Joshua gets back in time for the save. Less than 15 seconds remain for Akron. Otherwise, they're gonna be on match point. Reticence gets 1 challenge. Buzz swings out wide. Reticence stays inside the play, but Buzz completely missed the ball. Reticence now waiting is Tristan. He's got to keep this ball in the air, but no one from Akron is close by, and he keeps it in the air.
He managed it.
Reticence dumps it out. Joshua kills the ball, and the Nighthawks are 1 game away from pulling off the biggest upset of the night.
Akron need 2 straight now, and boy, I mean, no bigger play in this game than Tristan coming off the ceiling and getting that lick touch to beat, I think it was Titanium, and Busso. Massive diving stop on what would have been an absolutely phenomenal goal.
Oh man, Busso's been popping.
Wow.
Look, I know it's kind of memey, but the dude's literally peaking right now. Every time he's behind the ball. Do you remember during the pre-show, we're like, yeah, Busso, he's that. I mean, you and I think we've said it 5 times. He's the
killing
supporting. He's the supporter. Well, he's the best support in the game. Busso is the kind of support you want in every MOBA. He doesn't complain. He doesn't speak out how he didn't get, fed in lane. He's not upset that his ADC constantly leaves to go do other stuff. It's it's fine, man. It's fine. I'm supposed to rotate, but I'll do your job. And I'll push lane. That's Busso. Busso, he doesn't complain. He just works hard and gets dubs for his team. Akron, 1 away from being taken out. And Nova might be going to play Northwood in the grand final.
Last line here for Akron, and they need to figure out the communication issues they have. It really does feel like Tristan is thinking different things on what should be happening than his teammates, just in terms of what the team is trying to accomplish. But that's a big stuff, and it still pops over Buzz's head. Subpar shot from Reticence, but he didn't really have any other options. And Akron are gonna be straining against the bit here.
Just don't have a lot of confidence in passing either. They're really wanting to play that 50 game on offense. Reticence gets a cheeky challenge in the 3rd that allows Tristan, wherever he's sitting on the pitch, to come in from the side, pick up the shot. But Tristan's been going for a lot of solo plays, so I do feel like he's frustrated with how the game, with how the match has gone. As he gets the flip reset, but he can't get the goal. And that's been the consistent pain point. Akron's offense has been very stagnant.
I think really a lot of Tristan's value on this team, I mean, sure, when he first joined the league, obviously it was the ability to literally 1v3 any defense he played against. But as his time in the league, wait, what?
Why does that go in?
How does this go in? There's literally 2 people staring
Josher.
right at this ball. Josher's on the wall.
Boost.
Titanium's on back post. It's right at them, and Josher
no.
just missed it.
He jumped. He jumped too early. Like, he didn't have any momentum. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can make that save. But he had 12 boosts. And if he just kept driving up the wall, he didn't even have to jump, and he would have had that save. Unfortunate.
Brutal.
So Nova got to start from behind, something they haven't done a lot in this match. But here we are, and they get a quick pass out to Titanium, which launched it downfield. Why did they get killed on this transition so hard? Here they come again, but Buzz picks up the next save.
A lot of
Josher
space
in
for
front.
Akron to work here, actually. I mean, they're not really going to be under a lot of pressure. Everyone kind of had to leave, and indeed. Actually, they're through for free. Tristan can put it in. Buso's not going to make it back. And so, it looks like Nova trying to squeeze the defense a little in the midfield, despite not really being in the best position. End up giving away a pretty easy breakaway. All he had to do was make sure to manage the challenges, and Tristan kind of just got to walk that one home.
That challenge, the ball took a bad bounce for the follow-up. There was no chance as Reticence puts in the third for Akron, and uh-oh, here they come.
Mamma mia, what a shot. I mean, talk about splitting the defense. That one is on the money from that side of the field all the way to the back post. Everyone kind of thinking, all right, we can defend the middle. We can defend that top right corner. No one's thinking about that bottom left-hand side. Reticence nailed it.
Titanium behind the ball now. You see this rotation from Nova. They've consistently just been playing the loss on those challenge and the follow-ups, and then they try to break out with a quick 1-2 pass. Challenge doesn't go Titanium's way. Uso will get the next kick out. Titanium bumps one out of the way. Now a race for Josher. He puts it in, and now Nova continue the comeback.
Much needed goal here. Plenty of time to work with. 2 minutes, 20 seconds for 2 goals. That bump from Titanium opened a massive door, but still a pretty tight angle for Josher to work with there, and just able to poke that one around the post.
Tristan around the oh my goodness, Tristan!
Yeah.
What?
You don't see this one coming. Everyone misses. Titanium tries to cover up, and how do you time that one?
He timed it
man.
perfect. He was always going for that shot. Wow. Like, that was literally 100% calculated. Like, that wasn't just a lucky bounce off the side of his bumper. Like, that flip was perfectly timed and everything, man.
All stemmed from a pretty subpar kickoff from Josher Squasher 2. Looked like he might have been a little bit late to start going for it, so he kind of just jumped at it and flipped towards the ball, hoping he'd get a piece as well. And Tristan beat both people heading for the ball by a mile.
Now he just gets another free look in the third. Akron, they'll be happy to play in the orange half like this for the remaining minute 40. Nova, they've looked good for a lot of this set. In fact, you could argue that in one of the games that they lost, they looked better overall than Akron. But this is where they're at now. The crunch starting to be felt. And as the series goes on, the
Let's go 7.
stakes get a little higher. And Game 7 is, you know, the nerves in that situation are no joke, especially when you're sitting one game away from the grand finals.
Okay.
Titanium knows it, and the Nighthawks get within 2.
They will continue to push back here. That's an incredibly favorable kick back across the net. And Titanium able to wheel around on it, turn it into an ice goal, and give themselves about 70 seconds to turn in 2.
I'd like to see them win that kickoff if you want to see a Nighthawks comeback, and they do get that initially. So now it's all about the setup afterwards. That first challenge drops right back into Titanium, weaves around one defender, has to contend with Buzz along the back wall, kicks it out, but Buso went for boost, and Reticence gets a long clear. They're going to have to try again. They're only going to get a couple more chances like this, having to come back by 2.
Now you can see all that extra pressure Tristan trying to apply, playing dividends with the lead. It really does play phenomenally to Akron's strengths when they're ahead, to have a guy like Tristan be so willing to just dive across and put pressure on a defense. And what? Okay.
He comes in at
reflipped
supersonic,
this.
man. Yeah, just Tristan thinks.
Oh, no, he
Boom.
didn't. He didn't actually pre-flip it. He just jumped in. I don't
He
even
perfect
know.
flipped. He perfect flipped.
How do you...
That's what we're
I
calling
just
it.
want to know what possesses someone to orient their car that way to try and shoot it like that.
I don't know. The dude probably sits in custom training all day and is like, what are the weirdest shots that I can go for? Like, I mean, he used to like mainly freestyle. So it wouldn't surprise me if Tristan has tried to set up some wonky trick shots. Look at that. He went for that block so long ago. Out here looking like Monkey Moon. Only for that play.
Now that's
I'm not
high
saying
praise.
I'm not saying overall. I'm not saying overall. Obviously, we know that BDS are the best team in the world, right?
We win 5-9.
But enough about that. Reticent scores another goal, and this is, classic Akron.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're able to run away with this one here. There's not too much need to be said about Game 6. Decent a chunk of shots, to be fair, for Akron, but some poor kickoffs, some phenomenal approaches. This one really did have it from all angles for the Akron side, and it all went their way. So now it all comes down to one 5-minute stretch. And Nova, they've been playing well, but now the sweat really starts to build up, along the back of your neck and on your palms, and this is what it all is for.
They really got to be careful with Tristan because he is kind of, playing Lone Ranger out on the pitch. He's regardless
maverick.
of rotation, Tristan, he decided to delete rotations from his brain for the rest of this match. It was like, I'm just going to play Tristan's game. Like, this is Rocket League Tristan edition, and that's how this is going to go. That's what it's looked like, at least, in that last game. But this is it, Achieves. Game 7. And I'd love to see an overtime, personally. We've had some close games. It wouldn't be too much to ask for an overtime, right? But Nova, trying to pull off the upset of the season, taking down Akron right now to move to the grand finals. It's been a battle. Tristan is heating up. Reticence has looked solid all series. It's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, Nova, what else do you got in the tank? You've been able to pick apart on a couple mistakes, but do you have the ability to truly generate some opportunities? And Buzo makes a massive save. Buzz is cleared out to the side. Titanium following it all the way and recovered off the backboard as well. Nice little parry thrust from everyone, and Akron are the one that land the first touch.
Akron get a clean riposte right on the transition. Tristan solid past a Buzz. I was thinking Tristan was getting that the whole way. That was a beautiful punish from an aggressive challenge in front from Nova. Akron, they get a lead. They rarely give it up. Probably the team that plays the most comfortably with a lead. And Reticence, Tristan, and Buzz looking to close out what was a squeaky one for a while, but a long 4 minutes are still left in Game 7.
Absolutely cannot afford to let the elation of coming out in front early get in the way of the job that must be done. But as we said in the previous game, Akron really do play phenomenal Rocket League while ahead. That pressure that Tristan is able to build up, and knowing that you don't have to take too many risks from this point on, you can just let Tristan cut rotation and be as aggressive as he likes, and let the consistency of Buzz and Reticence, as it's a synchronized
If they
ballet
signed up for the Rocket
act.
League Air Show, first place. First place. But
Oh, you're kidding.
This is to get to the grand finals, and nobody was pressuring you on Akron. You got to keep those comms hot. The pressure's high, I know, but you got to make sure somebody knows what's going on. Otherwise, the Zips are going to punch you.
Josher, not a bad clear, to be honest. Tristan just makes the perfect read on where that ball is headed, and Buso is caught off the goal line, and he's the guy first in rotation. And again, that's just... Tristan literally read that ball perfectly and struck it perfectly. That is the only reason that ball is in the back of the net there. If he doesn't hit that with that same pace, Buso is able to have that extra moment to get in position and still clear that away.
Maybe the difference really has just been Tristan Achieves. Early on, he wasn't really feeling himself. He was a little slow to the ball, wasn't getting the touches he wanted, but ever since then, it's been nothing but solid touches in front and awkward balls and a lot of boosts for Josher to use out to get a clear. Rest of Nova back. Joshua using the rest of his boost, and nobody touching this ball. That'll be a dead play for the Nighthawks.
Oh, what a thump from Tristan. Just kills that transition. He wants to drop it back down. Reticence sets it up, and Titanium,
wow.
Nice adjustment. Talk about improvisation when it was required most.
That's keeping your eyes on the ball at all times. Be able to recover midair like that, you're like, quick, hit the boost button. And a massive recovery, and then the reaction afterwards. Keeping Nova in the talks for maybe winning Game 7, and denied by Buzz. Quick follow-up from Tristan, but he couldn't get a hard touch out. And it might be Akron coming up for Reticence on the challenge. Nova need a clear. That ball did not bounce away. Busso thought it, he got burned! Tristan puts another in! Akron extend the lead!
Busso could tell he was going to be in trouble here as soon as he saw Tristan had him beat up the wall, so he just tried to size it up. But what do you do when it's placed so perfectly? The timing and execution again. Tristan on fire in Game 7.
And you talk about the star of the Eastern Conference. You certainly need him to come up big in this type of moment, in this type of game. And Tristan has delivered yet again. 3 goals on the board for Akron, 2 of them belonging to Tristan. He's got the assist on the other one. The dude is involved in every phase of the game, and Akron have a comfortable lead late. Nova, you're getting a miracle territory, but maybe they can dream. The Nighthawks score the first, and the comeback starts.
The road starts with a first step. Busso able to work a little shimmy shake on the wall, break through one, and set up Joshua Squasher. There's life.
Nighthawks haven't been solid on the kickoff today. They'd love to get a solid one here from Titanium. Not a bad look, just need a good follow-up from Busso. Back to Joshua Squasher, put that on target. Buzz got the save! Kicked off the crossbar, and Akron get a transition. Joshua barely picks up that save, and they got a quick one. Whoop, back around one. One more to beat. Titanium kicks it, and Busso didn't expect it to come that hard.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Busso, I think, does a lot of things right there, because he knows he needs to be quick if he wants to beat that Akron defense to that ball, so he jumped early to give himself the best shot of being in front of the defense. Just couldn't have the perfect read. Joshua needs to put this away! It had to get tipped around. Titanium able to have a second look out of the corner, and what I thought was going to be a train wreck ends up being a goal.
Now Nova are hitting the secret gear to kick this up, 2 unanswered, with a full minute to tie it up. And they were down 3-0 just 40 seconds ago. Heating up, Titanium. Good first touch against Reticence in front of the box. Tristan has to handle it perfectly, and he does. But the follow-up won't be forthcoming. A demo on the back end from Busso, but no one could grab the ball in midfield. Now Tristan's got the lead on it, and Joshua takes it away.
I fully believe Tristan never had any intention of touching the ball there, just letting the defense, pull themselves off of the play. Thankfully, the composure from Nova able to deliver, but the job isn't done. You got 30 seconds, you need one.
Here comes Titanium off the ceiling, tries to take a shot, a little weak on Buzz. Now, again, Tristan, this time denied by Busso. Reticence is up for it, but Joshua meets him at the punch. Buzz launches it downfield for Tristan, puts it on target, but it's saved by Titanium. Tough ball in front of the box. Buzz off the crossbar, and Busso takes it out. Time is running out. The worst enemy of Nova. Tristan kills more with the ball back across the box. Titanium and Busso. Back to Joshua Squasher. They got to keep it up in the air, though. Titanium pops it up high. Reticence too far under it. Joshua Squasher puts it in front. Yes, the goal! Nova hit light speed. We got a tie game.
How do you get the job done? Reticence is straining as hard as he can to get all the way back to that ball. And Akron leave the door completely open. So much faith in Reticence to come up with a touch. And now they got to find a goal. It collapses from under their feet.
They say as you approach light speed, your mass becomes infinite. And Nova's mass has been increasing exponentially as the match has gone, as Game 7 has gone on. And now they pick up a big save at the start of OT. Busso flip reset, but couldn't get back to the ball. And oh my goodness, Akron trying to end it. A massive disaster from Joshua Squasher, and Buzz punishes him to move to the grand finals.
Joshua misses, at this level, a routine clear. Gets out in front of it, and a gimme for Akron to close it out. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Joshua can't even believe he missed it.
He is
He's
spamming
going
in the
off
chat.
in
He's
chat.
losing his mind.
Oh, he literally, as soon as he missed it, was just no in all caps across the board. And, I feel it. I feel you, man. Moment of silence for Joshua Squasher.
For real.
Oh, wow. What a match, though. I mean, yeah, it ended like that. But can we talk about the lead up? I mean, that was something else. I thought it was over when it was 3-0. I'm like, all right, Akron, I'm moving on, no problem. But then, here comes Busso and company, and all of a sudden we had a match. And that was a massive challenge from Joshua at the end of regulation to give the go-ahead goal. And
it's the hero status straight into the nosedive of absolute sadness for Nova right there. That was a crushing way to lose here. But Akron, just like Corelli said, start off slow, but boy, did they ramp it up.
They absolutely did ramp it up. And Akron, in the most exciting and thrilling way possible.
You got your overtime.
I did get my overtime. I'm happy. I'm sitting here happy. I'm like, sure, it was an easy backboard whiff for Reed, but the whole 3-goal comeback was totally worth it. I'm okay with that.
That was worth it.
Absolutely. Well,
wow.
Look, we got one match for the Eastern Conference left to go. We just saw it last week. Will the result be different this time for Northwood? Akron slapped them the last time they met. Maybe they can turn the tide. We'll find out after the break.